We are here with Penn State head coach James Franklin, and we got to talk about the night you guys had in Indianapolis last night. The owner of St. Elmo, the famous steakhouse, is a Penn State grad.
Yep.
You took the players there. Now, Olu told me he is not a shrimp guy. Did anybody try the shrimp cocktail?
Yeah, so Adisa did.
Okay.
Olu did not.
Okay.
And I tried to coach up Adisa as much as I can. You got to open your mouth. Yes, you got to open your mouth. And I'm watching him. He's trying to be polite. His mouth is shut. He's chewing. And then all of a sudden, those vapors or whatever you want to call them out the nose, and his eyes started tearing up. So we've all seen that, right?
The first time I came to Indianapolis ever, I was sick as a dog, could not breathe. The only time on the whole trip I could breathe, eating that shrimp cocktail.
It'll do it. Yeah, there's
amazing.
no doubt. It's like Vicks.
It's perfect. Yeah, Olu said he went with the tomahawk ribeye, so I can see how he got. He's 323 pounds. How is that even possible for a guy that lean?
Yeah, he looks great. I mean, if you'd have watched him crush this tomahawk, I mean, it was impressive. But yeah, he's doing really well. He's really improved his testing numbers, which was something that was going to be a real emphasis for us. Obviously, his on-the-field play kind of goes without saying, but his testing numbers in terms of 40 and vertical jump and pro agility and all those types of things, he's really made a good move on, and his weight has increased.
He was one of the first guys who was kind of a Willie stay, Willie go last season, who came back and said, "I'm staying." How was that process internally? When did he tell you, "Hey, I'm definitely back"?
Yeah, it was somewhat strange. I meet with all these guys that are on the bubble and their parents. We kind of set up a meeting. We kind of do a draft analysis. We kind of have a bunch of reports from GMs. My guy Andy Frank, who runs our recruiting department, puts it all together. And we sat down, and I told Olu and his family, I said, "Hey, you should leave."
Yeah.
All the data is saying that.
Because he could have been the first tackle off the board.
Yeah, obviously it was up for discussion, but he was in that discussion. And I said, "You should leave," And him and his family said, "Coach, we really appreciate your perspective, but we always planned on being 4 years, and getting my degree before I left campus was really important." He's got like a 3.67 GPA
in supply chain.
One of the best programs in the country, and it was really important for him to finish that and come back. The other thing that people don't realize is when we were having that conversation, Olu's freakishly young.
Yeah.
So as that conversation was going on, he was 19 years old.
Oh my God!
So that factored into it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was here in this building a few months ago watching Anthony Richardson throw, and I remember they couldn't get him into a bar afterward because he was still 20. So Olu, a year younger than that.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even imagine trying to think about the NFL at 19
That's
years
right.
old. So he also has a lot to work against at practice. And you mentioned Adbul Carter when you were up on the big stage, and that's a guy who it feels like we realized very quickly this guy is good. How soon did you see it when he got on campus, what he could be?
Well, I think right away he tested extremely well. He was like 233 pounds, and he ran well, and he jumped well. So right away we're like, this guy's special. We had him in camp, so we kind of knew that. When you talk about iron sharpens iron, Chop Robinson as well. And I think that also played a factor in Olu, right? He's knowing he's going to have these guys to go against every single day at practice that's going to help him. But Abdul, once we started to get into practice and you could just see his acceleration to the ball, that was the thing that was different.
Size, speed looks similar to Micah. How is his game similar, different from Micah?
Yeah, Micah was a guy that I think legitimately could have played tailback at Penn State.
Wow.
Just a phenomenal athlete. If you haven't gone back and watched his high school highlight of playing running back, it's pretty impressive. Abdul, I'm not sure yet. It's too early to say, but he may be more explosive linear.
Wow.
Than Micah, and that's hard to say because Micah, as we all know, is a total freakazoid. But he's in that conversation. He really is.
So Drew comes in and had a chance to play a little bit last year. I imagine that's how you wanted it. You didn't want to have to throw him in. Do you feel like he's in a good spot right now?
Yeah, I think when you look at whether it's the NFL or you look at college, I know everybody in the NFL is now playing the rookies. I do still think, like when I was with the Green Bay Packers, we had Brett, we drafted Aaron. I was there for Aaron's rookie year. I still think there's a ton of value in that, to come in as a freshman or as a rookie and sit behind a veteran, learn from what they do well, what you may do differently. And he played in 10 games, so that experience is going to be really valuable for him to build on. And we got a really good competition there with Bo Prabula as well.
All right, James, I got my rookie producer, River. He's going to have his first St. Elmo shrimp cocktail while we're here, so just give him, before you go, how do you do it?
I think the biggest tip is don't have manners and chew with your mouth open, because if your mouth is shut, I don't know what you call them, vapors or whatever.
It feels like it's going to explode out your nostrils.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if, like he said, if you got a cold, it's the best thing ever. But if not, I would just don't have manners when you eat it.
James Franklin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.